he would step across the line. Habitually. He's a habitual line stepper.
You make me happy. Thank y'all for kicking it with the HLS Pod. I'm Garrett Charles Langley Henson.
I'm Terry Ricardo DeShazer II. What's up, brother? How's it going?
America, we're up, baby. Things are on the rise for the USMNT. We talked about it a month ago. We started talking about it before the World Cup. The crown jewel, the apple of the eye of U.S. soccer. Folarin Balogun has committed to the USMNT, baby.
Let's fucking go. LFG, baby, LFG. Hold on. Give me a second. Smoking that British pack tonight, boys. Huh? Let's get it. Tea party.
It tastes like tea, straight up.
Hell yeah, man.
This kid, he's being hyped. You said he's being overhyped. I said he's being properly hyped. But at the end of the day, he's a teenager who's second in the French league in goals. He plays for Arsenal. He's out in loan. He's got everything we're looking for. The killer finishing inside the box, the physicality, the pace, the movement off the ball, the first touch, the technical quality. We've had a hole in the forward position playing striker for the U.S. since Brian McBride elbowed that Italian fuck right in the face.
Yeah, the pride of America, baby.
And this guy is here to fill it. Is this a turning point for U.S. soccer, Terry, or do we need to pump the brakes?
Pump the brakes. Let the kid settle in. Now, he's not a kid. He's 21. He's still young, but he's not a kid. He's 21. I'm ready for him to, come in and do what he does. Apparently, he's really good, scoring a bunch of goals in League One over there, over in England. So, I don't want to put too much.
Over in France?
No. What'd I say? League One? Isn't it called League One?
Yeah, you said in England. But yeah, just for...
Oh, France. My bad.
Fair enough.
France.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nah, I don't want to put too much pressure on him, man. You can be super happy and hyped up, but every time somebody's glorified, there's only really been one wonder kid, Pulisic, and he's on and off. It's not always 100% with him, so I don't want to put too much fucking hype on the kid, but I am glad that we got somebody good again. Shout out to Britain for fucking it up. I'll take him. I will take Wale Folarin himself. I'm glad we got somebody good. Go ahead. You can get super hyped. I know you're happy about it. It's cool. I'm gonna be level headed.
Well, I'm gonna go on my Wale, the podcast about nothing, then, and give my boy Folarin props. I think this is a game changer for the U.S. Man. This guy is not Aaron Johansson. He's not Jermaine Jones. He's not. Who else did we get recently?
Whoa. What's the Jermaine Jones slander? Wow.
We got Malik Tillman's brother on the switch. He just switched from Germany. Everyone losing their minds.
Yeah.
This is not that. This guy is a game changer.
Oh, this is next level, huh?
He is a dynamic player.
All right. I got to see him play.
He's going to step right in and be the most dangerous goal scorer on the team, which is what we've missed. Weston McKennie creates shit.
Yeah.
Pulisic creates shit.
Mm-hmm.
Aaron Johansson, Brendan Aronson presses like a motherfucker, wins the ball back right in front of the goal, and creates shit. What we've missed is a finisher. What we've missed is proper movement inside the box. Pepe had the movement, but then the finishing left. Haji Wright didn't have either.
Yeah, he had a horrible touch. The touch of R. Kelly.
Same thing with old dude who they brought to the World Cup from FC Dallas, who has the movement but can't finish.
Pereira?
Yeah. Same thing. Got good movement, can't fucking score. This dude is the complete package. We haven't ever been able to produce this type of player in the history of American soccer.
No forwards.
Yeah.
No forwards.
This is what I'm talking about. A number 9 who's like a true blue chip world-class striker. We have never been able to produce it. And we finally got a guy who could be on a pathway to getting there.
But Garrett, what about Josie Altidore? He was supposed to be the next one up.
He was supposed to play for Haiti, not for us.
Nah, shout out to Folarin, man. Good job by USA. Another kid, kind of snuck under the radar.
Dude, we got this guy. We don't even have a fucking coach. We don't
Nope.
even have
We don't need a coach.
He doesn't even know who the coach is going to be. He's like, all right, I've seen enough. I like the culture. I like the squad. Everyone's around my age. Everyone's like from different countries and are worldly people. It's a tight-knit group. These guys fucking battle. Just like Yunus Musa, who also switched his U19 teammate for England. You know what I mean? Like, they looked over at that England depth chart and all the players ahead of them who were like 22 years old and all the chemistry.
Super hyped up, and they're never going to get fucking overtaken. So
is he like, am I going to really pass Jadon Sancho for England? Or should I just go be the fucking man?
If he's an outright number 9, it's like you got Harry Kane, and they still play Vardy sometimes, which he's 34, but he's still really good, or 35, however old he is. It's a lot of other dudes that are on that depth chart, and they're not looking at Folarin. So I'm glad we got something. I have not seen him play a game. I have seen highlights, but I want to watch several games before I get all excited and shit. Hopefully he's great, but you're right. We've never had a striker that's been great for a consistent amount of time. We've had spurts of guys,
Dempsey was good, but there's a difference between...
He wasn't really a number 9, though.
Yeah. He was like a second striker, Wayne Rooney type.
He's a hybrid.
He can lead the line.
Yeah.
It's just like... This has been the one type of player that we've never managed to produce. Ever. We still don't have any in our pipeline. It's the key, man.
Josh Sargent.
It's the last Infinity Stone. This shit gonna take us to the promised land, Terry. I'm fucking telling you. We're not overhyping. We're not overhyping this kid.
No more Gio Reyna problems. We're gonna be straight.
Motherfuckers scoring off the bench every other week for Dortmund. They're talking about how Gio Reyna in training is pushing all the starters and is giving optimal effort. Exactly what you want from a squad player. This whole thing may be coming around, Terry.
Hey, man. 3 more years until it's back home where it's supposed to be. So
no one's going to be more excited than me. Got the USA on my chest, repping the barn. It's going to be away week in my house. I guarantee you that much.
Hey, hopefully we get some good friendlies going on, man. Because, of course, we don't really have a qualifying cycle because we're in it, Mexico's in it, and Canada's in it, which is the top 3 of CONCACAF. So that'll be hilarious to see the last spot of CONCACAF qualifying. I'm like, I don't know if I'm watching a single second of Jamaica play fucking Honduras.
Yeah.
I'm good on that.
That Costa Rica-Honduras game is going to be a bloodbath.
Hey, look. At least they don't have to go into cold weather anymore. They're like, thank God we don't have to go to fucking Colorado in December and play America.
Yeah, I don't know if Folarin got that memo that we're going to go to fucking Maine in January.
Well, he won't have to worry about that for a while. I think we're good on that. We're good on that. Hey, man. Good luck to him. Hopefully he's great, man.
This is a new chapter, dude. No one's more excited than me. The last missing link. If we got to keep stealing these motherfuckers from other countries, then that's what we got to keep doing, man.
I'm
all here for it. That's what America's about. A bunch of immigrants,
Yeah. I mean, we've been stealing dudes from other countries for a long time.
Yeah.
It just...
We've been stealing scrubs. Not...
I wouldn't say that.
There's not been anybody like this kid. There's not been anybody like
Yunus Musa is good as hell.
Yeah, but we make other good center midfielders. If Yunus Musa didn't play, I'm confident in...
In who?
De La Torre.
Okay, maybe. Maybe De La Torre.
Yeah, I like
maybe.
De La Torre. I like Aronson, who didn't play the whole World Cup.
But they're not as good as Musa.
Not as good, but we have...
Balogun
is like, hey, do you want Ricardo Pepi, who plays in the Netherlands League? Do you want Daryl Dike, who just tore his Achilles? Do you want Haji Wright, who plays in Turkey and could hit a fucking open net in the World Cup? Do you want some MLS guy? The drop-off is, spectacular.
Wondolowski.
Yeah.
Bring him back.
Yeah. This is game-changing, man. This is going to change our fortune. USA up, baby. Don't tread on us.
Shout out to the guys of the past. Aaron Johansson. Eddie Johnson. Brian McBride. Who's Juan Agadello.
Oh, God.
Ricardo Pepi.
Teal Bunbury.
Who's the dude you hate? Brian Ching. Brian fucking Ching. Shout out to all those guys.
No shouts to Brian Ching. Also, no shouts to Doc Rivers, who just got let go by the Philadelphia Sixers after blowing his 17th Game 7, Terry?
Yo, his playoff stats are insane. I don't know exactly what it is. I know his...
It's in double digits how many Game 7s he's blown. I think
That's
it's
crazy.
12, which is more than like half the franchises in the NBA.
Well, I know he's like... I saw a stat. I think he's like 17-33 in elimination games now, which is
unbelievably bad.
Horrible. It's bad. I mean, like he is a good coach, but that shit is pretty egregious. And when did they win that championship? How long ago was that? 12 years ago?
That was 09.
God, that's 13
years ago.
14 years ago?
Yeah.
Doc. Hey, why they have to fire him in the middle of Nurse Appreciation Week? I feel like that's kind of fucked up. That's messed up, man. But I mean, he had to go, right? Somebody had to go.
I mean, ask James Harden. They were like, "How do you feel about it going into next season with Doc?" He was like, "Me and Doc are okay.
We're fine." Nobody ever says, "Oh, this meatloaf was okay." Oh, this prime medium rare steak I got at this fucking very expensive steakhouse was okay. That shit was delicious. Fuck Doc. It's over, baby. Sorry, man. Where do you want to see him somewhere next, or you want to keep talking about his failures?
I was just going to keep talking about his failures.
Keep going. Keep it going.
I don't know where would be a good place for him next, man. Like, I would like to see Doc Rivers take some time off and maybe take games away from Stan Van Gundy on ESPN's broadcast. That's what I'd like to see, personally.
Man.
That'd impact my life in the best way.
Will his voice hold up on the TV?
Oh, God.
We're not sure about that.
It's going to have to be the third guy with Mark Jackson and Mike Breen.
Yeah. Barely talking. I don't know, man.
Did you see what JJ Redick posted right afterwards?
I missed it. I saw he said something, but I didn't get to click on the link or whatever.
He had something about, like, after the Clippers blew it, that the players have to be coachable in order to win Game 7s and everything.
Oh.
And so JJ Redick tweeted out, well, I guess it's because they weren't coachable.
JJ, you dog.
Right? You're about to be his contemporary. Oh, wait. JJ Redick may have a job coaching in the NBA, unlike Doc Rivers.
He might. JJ, that's a different conversation. Yeah. He's great. He's great.
The doors for podcasters like us to be hired NBA coaches. I love it.
That'd be hilarious if I was an NBA coach. I'd be like, you suck. The fuck out of here. I'd bench Joel. I'd be like, Joel, you're playing like shit. We're going with the young guys. Come on.
I would have benched him in Game 7. The way that he was playing out there. I said when we were watching the game. Dude, I was like, what is this effort with Embiid? Like, he's walking up the court. He's getting beat like a fucking drum. He's never ending the ball. Like, he's just happy to remain on the periphery. He's not challenging anything at the rim. People are finishing right over him. And he's like, he's hurt. He's hurt. If he's sit his ass down on the bench and put Paul Reed in the game, I'm not going to have somebody out here soaking up minutes and not trying in a Game 7, dude.
I think we're kind of realizing that everybody gets hurt. There's like too many eyes and too many people on social media noticing that like the injury shit is done. Like it seems like everybody's hurt. LeBron's got a fucking like plantar fasciitis he's playing with right now.
Yep.
I mean, spraining knee ain't shit, Joel. You got to keep it going. I will tell you this though about the Tatum, Joel, and Embiid shit. It might be nothing, or it could be something, but they used to train with each other in the off season. So like when Tatum was having his struggles in Game 6, I remember he missed a wide open fucking 3 right in Game 6. I was like, oh, he ain't got it. And then when he finally hit a 3, that first 3 he smacked in the fourth quarter, it was right in front of Joel Embiid. It was like it was muscle memory. Joel was playing defense on him in the offseason. He was like, oh, this is easy. He can't block any of my shots. Splash. And I was like, oh, he turned it. I think he could take Joel at any time. So all this offseason training with each other type shit, that's cool. You can get better. But just know when you play each other, he's going to remember those days when he was cooking your ass one-on-one.
Yeah.
This guy, bro.
I think you need to train in the offseason with Steven Adams, not with
fucking
whatever. Moving further and further and further away from the basket. But in 5 years, he's going to be playing on the moon while the rest of his teammates are
Where is Hakeem when you need him? Like, where's Olajuwon at to teach this guy some fucking post?
Dude, he knows him. Like, I've seen Embiid put what was his name, Andre Drummond in the torture chamber. I've seen him go DeAndre Jordan over and over again. We've seen him destroy people on the low block. For some reason, this series, as soon as he lost his confidence, he was like all jumpers. I'm gonna take. He turned into fucking Carmelo Anthony on the thug.
Yeah.
With the face up, jab step, pump fake, jab step, end up shooting a long two bullshit.
Yeah. I mean, like, I'm not gonna say he's bad at doing that. Like, he still is pretty elite at doing that type of shit. But
only thing you do, and it's like when your team is looking at you, like they're chanting MVP for Tatum on a free throw line. James Harden is completely invisible, shitting himself all over the court.
Yeah, of course.
You're the MVP of the league, and they're looking to bring him to the promised land. And his solution was to go completely invisible and to shoot jumpers. Like,
maybe he was more hurt than we thought.
You're 5 inches taller than Al Horford, bud.
Yeah, we could just blame the NBA for people not being able to post up these days. Because for not one single second will they not double team you as soon as you fucking catch the ball. I don't think there needs to be a rule.
That's the other thing for Embiid. Surprised every time they double team. Throwing the ball like it's covered in lava to somebody on the other side of the court, out of bounds, throwing it to the other team, throwing these looping passes where people can, like, take 3 steps and go intercept it. Like, that was the biggest difference watching him and Jokic. It's like Jokic is always scanning. He's checking mirrors. He's aware of everything. You're not going to surprise him with a double team. Touch pass, dunk. Touch pass, 3. Joel Embiid, 10 times in a row. They waited until you faced up. Then they sent a blindside guy to run behind you and strip the ball. And every single time, you acted like a baby taking its first steps.
Yeah.
When are you going to adjust? You're the MVP of the league. I was so disappointed and so hurt by the performance that Joel Embiid put out there.
You sucked.
As a guy who's defended this guy at every point in his career.
You have.
Shaq is right.
Bro.
Right.
You don't think you can win with him? I think, here's the thing. I'm not blaming anybody else. Like, Embiid and Harden play like shit. You know, everybody else, it's the trickle-down effect. If your 2 best players aren't going to play well, you guys are going to suck. But the game was close at halftime. So I'm not going to say it wasn't like.
Fucking 1-possession game, and then they come out.
3-point game.
And just,
What? I don't know.
Hold on. What do you think Doc Rivers' speech during halftime was? The last speech before you got fired. To galvanize these guys, a 3-point game, and then they come out and lose the next quarter by 30. What do you think he said?
I have no fucking idea. But whatever he said, that shit did not work. Hey, James, don't shoot anymore. That shit's done. You're cooked. It's over. Joel, keep shooting jump shots. We don't need no more post-ups. Maxey, you're trash. You know, I just don't get it.
PJ Tucker, keep shooting.
Keep it going. Hey, Maxey, I wanted to draft quickly. I don't know what it got you. Let's keep it down. Niang, you're fat. I don't like you.
Oh, what did you think about Niang's grab? And then him not being ejected?
Yo, that was wild as fuck. I don't know how they didn't eject. That was weird to me. I don't know.
He should have been fucking ejected.
Yeah, that was strange. But apparently people said that happens a lot.
No, that's just what Mark Jackson said.
Mark Jackson. Now, I heard it from multiple people, not just Mark Jackson.
Okay.
I was just like,
I
interesting.
tell you what, that shit needs to be, you get ejected every time you do that. I don't see how that's any different than the Suns Spurs shit, where Boris Diaw took step off the bench and didn't do shit.
No, that's true. Honestly, what Niang did was worse.
Yeah, he actually touched somebody.
Yeah, what Niang did was worse. I don't know. I'm not sure, man. They need to abolish that shit. They really do.
That was the turning point of the game, dude. It was like...
The knee grab?
Yeah, they had the 2 moments. There was the flagrant foul by James Harden, where he lost the ball in midair and elbowed somebody in the face. I forget who. I think it was Jaylen Brown.
Yeah. Accidental, but he fucked up.
Yeah, which was like a 6-point swing. And then 2 later, they have the fucking knee grab, technical foul, ball shots in possession, and that's another 5-point swing.
Yeah.
And there goes
the just
you built by PJ Tucker hitting 4 threes in the first quarter. Like,
that's what they wanted him to shoot. I mean, look, Tucker, when he was with the Rockets, he could shoot. I don't know exactly what happened to his fucking jumper. Like, the stats will say he's still a pretty good fucking 3-point shooter, but If you're shooting 40% and people are still leaving you wide the fuck open and they're just like, shoot it. It's exactly like when Al Horford was like, I'm an elite shooter. He said that in a press conference and then he turned into a really shitty one after that. It's like, hey, Al, you think you're an elite shooter and the numbers say it, but when I'm leaving you wide open, that doesn't mean you're a fucking elite shooter. If in the top of your brain, right? The first thought when you see Al Horford shoot a fucking jumper or PJ Tucker shoot a jumper, do you think wet or broke?
It depends on how long his windup is.
No, I'm just saying, wide open or not, every time PJ Tucker shoots, I'm like, that's off.
Yeah. I think Al
it doesn't
better shooter than PJ Tucker, but I
actually,
like Clay,
for me, Horford's the same.
Clay can miss 20 threes in a row, and you still have to close out on him way harder than after Al Horford hits 4 in a row.
That's true.
To your point.
That's true. Ah, man. I don't know, bro.
And
like
Embiid, you should be disgusted with yourself, man.
Yeah, he played like shit.
Disgusted with yourself.
And he didn't even get 10 rebounds.
The effort. That was the worst part. Is at halftime, you know how many rebounds he had at half?
How many did he have at half? I don't know.
1 is the loneliest number that I've ever seen. 1. I looked at my buddy who's a big Sixers fan. I was like, I'm not mad about the 3 for 11 shooting. I'm not mad so much about the turnovers. 1 rebound.
It's the defensive effort for me, bro. Because
they started small. They played Derek White. They didn't even have Time Lord out there with Al Horford. He should have been gobbling up these boards.
Yeah. And the rebounding and the effort and the defense is the main reason why he won the MVP was because his fucking defense. They're like, if we're splitting hairs and Jokic and Embiid are the same offensively, which they are not at all. But, Jokic, once again, he didn't give a fuck about the MVP. It's okay. Embiid, you're supposed to be this defensive Hakeem Olajuwon. Where the fuck was that at? You're getting torched the whole game. All game. Tatum, 51. He set a record on you, dog. He set a fucking record on you. Jason Tatum, who scored fucking, 8 points before the fucking fourth quarter started in Game 6? Like, what are we doing here, bro? This is absolutely ridiculous. This dude sucks. And I'm not, look, he played like ass. I never believed in his team. I told you the Celtics were going to win. It's not even like a question. Like, the Sixers just don't know how to close shit out. They had the same problems they had when they had Ben Simmons. They do not know what to do in the last 5 minutes of a basketball game for some fucking reason. They need better shooters around them, bro. They really do. Because this double team shit and their swing to PJ Tucker.
Asking me, they do. As he said, me and James can't do it by ourselves.
They should have not, bro. They shouldn't have got rid of JJ when they had JJ. They had fucking Dario Saric when he was a splasher. Every time they get a good knockdown shooter, they're just like, nah, we need somebody more athletic, a 3-and-D. Fuck it. Just outscore people. Let Embiid score 40. If he gets doubled, then...
Meanwhile, Furkan Korkmaz is on the bench.
Bro, I'm telling you, bro, I'm not Doc Rivers, but I mean, I'm fucking amazing at 2K. I can play anybody with any group of players. All I need is 4 shooters and somebody really good at basketball. The game's fucking over.
There you go.
Harden, you can shoot threes. Maxey can shoot threes. Korkmaz, Niang. Throw them out there. Fuck Tobias Harris. Fuck all PJ Tucker. Fuck defense. Tatum's going to score 50 if he played zone or man anyways.
Dude.
Try to combat it.
Don't come at me with me and James can't do this by ourselves.
It was misquoted, but he still
It wasn't misquoted. He said it.
Nah, he was just saying, he said him and Harden didn't play well, but he was like, it's not just us. Like, everybody needs to play, well or whatever the fuck. It's whatever.
By ourselves is what he said. I heard.
I mean, I know what he said.
I have to play better. But that's going to be the one that resonates and everybody thinks of after this is me and James can't do it by ourselves.
You sent me that Dame shit, right?
After Maxey had a good game and had 17, only took 12 shots. After Tobias Harris had 20 points, over 50% shooting, only had 13 shots. After PJ Tucker made a gang of threes and shot over 50% from the floor. After Daniel House came in and shot 40% on threes. What was the difference, Embiid? Oh, you were 5 of 18. James Harden was 3 of 11. Everyone else showed up, besides DeAnthony Melton, who was airballing threes. Everybody else showed up. It wasn't about you doing it by yourself. It was about you making a proper pass and not throwing the ball out of bounds when they send a double team.
How many turnovers did he get? 5?
Let me see here.
Or 6.
4 turnovers. He
4?
was minus 28 in his minutes on the court.
Wow, that's fucking horrible. Even for as horrible as they played in the first half, and they were still only down 3. In my head, I was still like, it doesn't matter, they're gonna lose. But I didn't think they were gonna get fucking just out, absolutely like Golden State Warrior third quarter smacked off the court type shit. Like that shit was ridiculous. This dude Embiid, man, I told you I was out on him. After he skipped out in that Jokic game, I was like, oh, I'm back out again. I should have never left after that 0-point game. Why did I get back on the train? The fuck, if somebody scores 0 points, why would I ever get on their fucking train again?
But
this shit's ridiculous.
Everyone's like, you're overreacting. Everyone has bad nights. It wasn't an overreaction. It wasn't
a game 7.
The moment. No, I'm talking about the 0. Because that 0 led to this moment. Like you're talking about. That he's on a pattern of his motor completely shutting off at the most inopportune times. I should not have to motivate the MVP of the NBA to play hard in a game 7 in the playoffs.
Nah, not at all. He's got to get better at the double team shit. He's got to start running marathons or something. You got to get in better shape, man.
You got to play hard. Paul Reed out there playing 10 times harder than you.
He's got to get in better shape, man. And I get it. I'll never understand what it's like to be, 7 feet and 300 pounds, but you got to get in better shape, man. You got to be able to play 48 minutes, dude. Like, if Wilt Chamberlain could do it back in the day, why can't you fucking run up and down the court?
Fucking 39-year-old LeBron James just did it against the Warriors. Sending them home in 6 games.
Yeah.
You want to talk about that one? I know you got a big LeBron Curry thing you want to get off your chest.
Well, do we want to talk about fucking Tatum scoring 51? Give him a little bit of flowers? Or was it just like a silent 51 because it was over in the third?
But it was more about the capitulation of the Sixers than it was like the individual excellence of the Celtics to me. Like the Sixers folded, and the Celtics didn't even punch them in the mouth. The Sixers just folded up and left before they ever tasted blood.
So you didn't think he played great?
I thought he did, but like the story from it all was not Tatum finally showing up to me. It was Embiid disappearing. Because I expected Tatum to show up in a game 7. I expected him to have his way.
Because he scored 46 in game 6 last year versus the Bucks.
Yeah. Like, he's had his struggles at times, but when he's focused and attacking and using his physical gifts like he did in this game, that set up the space to take threes, he's one of the most unstoppable players in basketball. So I knew they were going to have a tough time with Tatum. I was hoping the Celtics would have a tough time with Embiid. But Al Horford outplayed him. Straight up. Outplayed Joel Embiid.
He did. And I also do have to give a shout out to the Celtics because when they play like this, they're unstoppable. And it looked like Brown deferred instead of trying to, combat Tatum on the shit. And Smart only shot 7 shots. I got to give it up.
He had his moment in game 6. He had 15 shots. He was great. One of the best games he ever played. And then he stayed within himself. It fed the hot hand and played with
do it.
Goal.
If Smart plays like that for the rest of the fucking playoffs,
yeah,
the Celtics are winning the chip. It's a fucking wrap.
Yeah, if Trae Young was 6'7", he'd be the best player in the league.
Yeah, man. All right, Tatum, you did your thing. I don't know. I just thought it was odd. Steph just broke the record. I'm kind of pissed that Tatum has the most points scored in a game 7 ever. To be honest with you, it's a fucking blowout. That's the shit that pissed me off. I was like, all right, he's getting the points. Get him out the fucking game. That shit was pissing me off.
That was the Sixers. I was watching just do you have any pride? That's all you're playing for at this point.
They don't even care about winning. Do you think they care about the fucking record of somebody scoring points in the game 7?
I would, because people gonna remember that shit.
Brother.
No,
They don't.
Hold on. 15 years from now, when they have these ESPN graphics and shit, we gonna remember that Jason Tatum dropped 51 on the MVP Joel Embiid's head in a Game 7 blowout. We're always gonna remember that game for how Tatum went up and how Embiid went down. And we won't remember it in the same way it will be chronicled if Tatum had 40. But he had 51, and he broke the record on the MVP. It's different. I would have triple teamed the motherfucker. We're gonna lose by 30 anyway. Anyone else is gonna score, not him. He's not breaking the record on us.
Look, They didn't care about the game. They're not going to care about the game within the game. All right? They don't even care about the game. Like, they quit in the third quarter. They were down by 3. Like, those turnovers in the third quarter, bro, I'm like, all right, here goes the Sixers. Because when the game was close, I was like, oh, we're going to get a nice Game 7 here. Then they just disappeared. I was like, fuck, man. So, bro, I shouldn't have to turn a Game 7 off. I had to watch the rest of the second half and, like, make myself watch it. But, like, in real time, as soon as the third quarter was over, see ya. I was done drinking fucking cervezas on a Sunday afternoon, baby.
Well, that was
Philly.
the second half of Warriors-Lakers in Game 6. I fell asleep at halftime, and I woke up, and the Warriors had been eliminated from the playoffs.
You fell asleep on the game? Were you that mad? You that upset?
It was so disgusting. Klay Thompson. Harry, we said it on the last pod. If he doesn't show up, they have to seriously
God.
No? You were with me then when we talked about...
I mean, I was with you, but I'm just sick of people talking about fucking Game 6 Klay. Have we seen that? How many times? Once?
No.
How many times has he been absolutely fantastic in a playoff game and won the shit?
I'll have to go back, but I don't think it was just once. I think there's been 2 or 3 Game 6s where he was pretty awesome.
In how many fucking seasons of his career in the playoffs? Like 7? Like, come on, bro.
Hey, usually these motherfuckers don't go to 6 games, except
I mean, bro, like, Game 6 Klay is that shit's gone. He sucks.
It's a Loch Ness monster at this point.
Sorry, I didn't mean to, interrupt.
No.
I was so sick of that Game 6 Klay shit. Like, I knew that shit wasn't happening. All of a sudden, he just turns it back on, huh, guys? He got fucking 30 points in a blowout in Game 2.
But that's kind of been the nature of Klay Thompson, is that he could be completely cold, and then one goes through, and it flips a switch, and the motherfucker just, like, goes on a tear. You know?
No, I completely agree with you. I've seen him be cold when he's, like, open as fuck, and it's just like, oh, damn, he's just missing. But the Lakers were on his ass the whole time. I was like, he doesn't really have any, like, space and time to get hot. They're not allowing him any, like, time to get the ball. They're face guarding him as soon as he crosses half court.
It's almost like when you have nobody on your team who's willing to finish at the rim through, and then you only have 2 people who can shoot, and one of them can't shoot. It's going to be really hard to score.
Oh, wait. So I thought it was supposed to...
Go ahead and crucify Steph.
No. I thought it...
done as the only scorer.
No. I thought it was supposed to be a passing of the guard. The Warriors are so ahead of everyone else in the league that they've drafted 3 other players in the lottery, and now we're just going to pass the baton over to Moody, Wiseman, and Kuminga. How many minutes did Moody and fucking Kuminga play?
Moody played. Kuminga was pouting and was like throwing a hissy fit on the fucking bench. Him and Jordan Poole were having a little pity party at the end of the bench and ignoring everything the rest of the team had to say.
Kuminga, I don't know what to say about
Did you see Draymond try to check Jordan Poole as he was walking off, and he ignored the fuck out of him and just...
Did he do it again?
Yeah, and then Steph Curry got right in his face and was like, no, like, this is shit you need to fucking do. And then he chewed him out for like 15 seconds, then he went and slapped high fives with Draymond, like, right in front of his face. Like, hey, this the championship core. Like, do you want to be part of it? Or do you want to be playing for Houston with a big contract next year?
Hey, if he's still on his team, you better have a great 2 months. Get that trade value back up.
Listen, I've never seen a more perfect Washington Wizard than Jordan Poole. Okay?
Bro.
Kyle Kuzma for Jordan Poole. Make it happen. Okay?
Here's my thing. In what way and why did you think the Warriors were still going to win? Like, after Game 3?
Oh, I didn't.
But you said it. You can't just, like... Look, if I'd pick the Lakers to go to the finals. But watching Denver play, I don't want to give away anything, but, like, I'd be totally justifiable to say Denver might win the series.
After Game 4, I was out. If you remember our last preview, I was like, I think LeBron's going to get it done at home in Game 6. That we said before Game 5. I
was like 5 they're resting, 6 is over.
Yeah. Once they got to that point and they got down 3-1, I was like, this is a wrap. Like, but
LeBron.
The reasons why I believed, one, I didn't think Looney was going to be sick during fucking 4 games of the series.
Yo, sick or not? Go ahead.
2, I had a little bit more faith in Andrew Wiggins rounding back into form with like all the support of his teammates and him just kind of have to play a role.
Yeah, that was a big reason why
3,
they lost.
I thought that DiVincenzo was going to be a more important member of their postseason team and play more in their rotation. 4,
Steve Kerr.
this motherfucker was spastic out here.
Steve Kerr.
Steve Kerr was like a little kid who gets to go to the cockpit for the first time on an airplane, and they just push all the buttons. It's just like, oh, Jordan Poole missed 2 shots. Button. Oh, Kevon Looney didn't get back on defense one time. Button. It's like these guys had no leash. They were getting jerked around the whole series. The only people who found any continuity were Draymond and Steph. The rest of the team had no idea what they were doing on a quarter-to-quarter, night-by-night basis. They counted on Kuminga, Moody, and Wiseman from the beginning of the year to be key rotation pieces.
Wiseman's in Detroit.
Gary Payton threw up in his mouth, which was the epitome of his performance in the playoffs. Kuminga can't dribble or do anything. He's complaining about his minutes. Like,
what was it though when
I thought
Kuminga
enough championship DNA to like nail the details. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And that moment that you saw between Jordan Poole and Steph Curry and Draymond Green, and then Kuminga comes and daps him up on a bench and they have their own side conversation. That lets you know this team is split. There's a fucking schism between the vets and the young players. And they're not all rowing together. And I thought the one thing that Golden State would have is that championship medal and togetherness. And I think the punch destroyed more than just a orbital bone, bro.
I don't know. I don't know if the punch did all of this. Like, I just think these guys suck at basketball. Like, I don't think it's like a crazy thing to say.
It wasn't that bad in Game 6, but he barely played all series.
Yeah, but Draymond punched Poole.
Yeah.
He didn't punch DiVincenzo. He didn't punch Wiggins. He didn't punch Klay Thompson. Okay? He didn't punch any of them.
Maybe he should have punched Klay Thompson.
I mean, they played really bad. Wiggins just never caught back on. I mean, like, because Wiggins, he can't go from your second best player and winning the championship to, what, fourth best? Yeah,
not even.
Who's third? Klay?
This series, it was
It's Steph, Draymond, Andrews. Gotta be.
This series, that was the problem. It was like the third guy was somebody different every night. One night, Wiggins had one good game. You know what I mean? It was him tonight. Gary Payton had one good game. It was him tonight.
So,
you know, and
because like,
wasn't enough. Kevon Looney had one good game. It was Game 5. Like
that was my biggest gripe with Steve Kerr. Honestly, the Kings series was the reason why I knew this shit was over. Like, if they would have beat the Kings in 5 or some shit and won, you know, a couple of road games in Sacramento, I'd have been like, all right, the Warriors are back. Then I wouldn't have been like the Lakers going to smack the Warriors. But, you know, Steph Curry having to do a fucking, you know, any given Sunday speech at Game 7 versus the Sacramento Kings, who hadn't made the playoffs in 17 years or whatever the fuck, like, it's not there, bro. The continuity ain't there.
You ended up being right, man. I saw a Lakers team that had fucking 7 new members of their rotation and is still figuring out their roles and how they fit together in the court. And is Lonnie Walker going to play? Is Malik Beasley going to play? How does Dennis Schroeder fit into this? Is Jared Vanderbilt starting, or is he only playing 9 minutes a game? Like, they have all these moving parts they had to figure out. And I was like, the Warriors know who they are. And they fit.
Yeah.
And it didn't matter.
Nah, man, it was tough, bro. Because it's like, you know, number one player in the series, if we can do the combined thing, right? It'd probably be like Steph, AD, LeBron, Draymond. And then after that, it's probably like 3 or 4 Lakers, and then you get another Golden State Warrior in there.
You can argue that Austin Reeves would be above Draymond, too.
Possibly, yeah, because he was cooking Steph. God damn, Steph was better than we've ever seen him offensively in that King series, especially, and some of this Lakers series, not all of it. He didn't play, you know, super great, but that motherfucker Reeves didn't give a damn. I mean, defensively, Steph was like, he couldn't guard anybody, bro. Could Steph guard a single person on this floor? D'Angelo Russell was torching him.
Dennis Schroeder.
Schroeder was driving on him and like causing him to get in foul trouble. So Steph was like, "Shit, who do I guard? I don't know who to guard." Everybody's like just driving it on me. They did let Steph fucking, sit there and do nothing on defense like the Kings did.
Yep. Yeah.
It's just Darvin Ham, bro. Shout out to Big Darv.
Outcoached Steve Kerr. I had questions
He did.
about Darvin Ham going into this playoff. He's answered a lot of them.
But to be fair, going into this shit, if Steph would have won it, you would have heard it through the fucking grapevine. I don't hear shit from any national media member. I don't hear shit from anybody. Just the LeBron boys. Just Shannon Sharp and Nick Wright. Those are the only people I hear are saying anything. Everybody who wanted Steph to win, fucking crickets. Yeah. This is the best Steph Curry's ever been, right? This is the worst LeBron has ever played in a series besides the Dallas Mavericks. 23 points, 10 rebounds, and like 5 assists. And he beat Steph Curry in a fucking playoff series. Granted, AD was the best player in the series.
It should have been Steph with the fucking Embiid quote. It can't just be me and Draymond.
But I mean, like, Steph, where you at, dog? What the fuck? That game 7 was garbage. Come on now. Yeah, he was bricking shit crazy. Maybe he's exhausted. Or the game 6. He was exhausted, I guess. I don't know. He played bad, bro.
I'll say Dennis Schroeder was checking this motherfucker 90 feet, bumping the hell out every turn.
But he got ejected from game 6 in the second quarter. He's fucking gone. Steph was still playing like garbage. What were his numbers at the end? I don't even know. Let me see these numbers in this game 6. Big Steph. I love Steph, but come on, Big Steph. Where you at? 20 points.
Terry, I honestly can't comment on it because I never made myself watch the second half.
20 points, bro.
I just stayed asleep. I was like, it's over. There's no need to rewatch how this dynasty fell apart. Put a nail in their coffin. LeBron, you've done it again.
Guys, LeBron James shot 33% from the three-point line in this whole series.
Wow, that's up 20% from in the first round.
Exactly. What do you think Steph shot? The greatest shooter ever. At the best he's ever been.
Same.
34.
Yeah.
LeBron, plantar fasciitis. Steph, fully healthy.
Yeah. Steph took all of those off the dribble with 4 hands in his face, and all LeBron's were wide open, unguarded.
Nope. Excuses. LeBron never gets no fucking excuses. People want to give him, and everyone's like, no, fuck all that. He's fucking LeBron James. Steph is still great.
LeBron
but
made the team, wouldn't have made the playoffs of this Warriors team. I'll tell you that much right away.
He would have figured it out. He would have figured it out.
He would have been in the media just the way he was in the first half of this season. Talk about, I don't know.
Well, realistically, like this exact Lakers team, this team is good. Now, they are a complete outlier in terms of like, they're breaking my rule where I don't think any team can win a championship past like a 3 seed. Like, I think it's only happened like twice or whatever the fuck. So, if they win, it'd be crazy. But they look really good. Not gonna fake.
Second best record in the NBA since the All-Star break, only behind the Nuggets.
Just saying, LeBron's worst playoff career, average ever in a series was 23, 10, and 5. Larry Bird's career playoff average, 23, 10, and 6.
Man, it's almost like the NBA is completely different. The whole
fuck off. No. Suck it.
20 points per game on average.
Crown him. Crown him. Hey, look, Steph Curry started being good in what, 2015? That's when he started being good? LeBron was done in Miami, went to Cleveland?
I think that was his unanimous MVP. I don't know if he started being good then.
I mean, like, that's when he started being great.
Yeah, that's when he started being great.
2015 to now. LeBron, old as dirt, right? This is the end of his career, 38. Steph, like I said, the best we've ever seen Steph. The driving ability. The three-point shot's crazy.
Bro,
the defense.
Show up.
Oh, my God. Ugh. He won the championship with this same fucking team.
He did not. I hate it when people say that shit.
Hey, who's different?
Otto Porter is completely gone.
One for Otto Porter.
Okay, here's another one. Bielitsa.
Denver Lakers. Let's move on.
Started the entire time. Crucial big games. And if
Steph
can hit a 3 and play defense, nobody on
Steph.
the whole roster.
Steph, come on, dog. You're notching down to me, man. That was disappointing. I'm not going to fake. That was kind of disappointing. But like I said, if I'm just doing the true analysis of what happened, it's not Steph's fault. Well, I just like giving him shit.
Steph isn't the only Western Conference point guard to disappoint his team this week, as Ja Morant was caught once again on social media brandishing a pistol.
This was a little bigger.
He's been suspended indefinitely by the Grizzlies. Reports from the NBA have come out that he could miss over half the season from a suspension from Adam Silver. There's been no news about whether Nike will continue with him as the face of their franchise and the replacement for Kyrie Irving for their signature shoes. I imagine that they're going to let him go. Would be
Nike?
Yeah, if he doesn't play the first half of the season for this gun shit, I imagine they'll let him go.
Are they really going to suspend him for that long?
They should.
You think so?
Yeah, part of what he said after he met with Ja, it was like very cautious. And it was like, words are great. I'm happy that he's trying to take things seriously. And how he'll be judged is by his actions going forward. And he was like, I let him know that we have a no tolerance policy and all this other stuff. And you've had your strike. And we've met with you and we sent you to rehab and we coddled you and we held you. And we say, Ja's going to be all right. And have you seen the light now? And are you going to conduct yourself as a professional?
Big Ja. Nope. I'm a, what they say, brandish a bigger gun?
Yeah.
Even bigger? That shit. Oh, let's just talk about the video for a second. Because when his boy was doing the live, did you see how fast he put that shit down after he saw it? Like, they were just having a good time. And then he looked over and he saw the gun. He was like, oh my God, Ja, you fucking idiot. He was like, you're done. You're cooked.
Was his boy D'Angelo Russell?
He didn't know Ja had a gun. At first, they were just like having a good time. He showed Ja a couple times. And then the third time he flashed over there, he was like, oh shit. He showed it, put it down. He was like, damn. You fucked up in the live. It's over. Ja, you just fucked us. You already fucked yourself out of $230 million because you didn't get that Supermax because you didn't make All NBA.
Because you were in rehab.
Oh, man. This guy, man. Like, you could have just lived your regular life. You could have done that without the cameras, but you guys want to be dumbasses. Ja, you fucked up. I don't think Nike's going to drop him. I would honestly be surprised if, like, how many games do you think? I feel like give him another 10 piece in the beginning.
Nah, they gave him 8 for the first one. You had a.
They didn't even give him 8 because Memphis already like sat.
Yeah, that he served retroactively.
Yeah, so they really only gave him 2.
Right, but they're calling it 8. You know, and then 2 months later, you fuck around and do the exact same thing.
Just show another gun. Yeah, I mean, like
he's gonna miss a significant portion of the season, man. I think he's gonna be and. This Memphis team is going to look a lot different coming into next year.
Like, what do you mean?
Like, they already said Dillon Brooks will not return under any circumstances.
Oh, that's true, yeah. all defensive team, too.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't matter.
All those shit-talking, riding high, you know what I mean, front-running bullshit. Yeah.
In that locker room doing this fucking dance?
Yeah.
That stupid ass shit. The Antonio Brown. What's it gonna look like? Ty Jones?
The thing is, people always get on Ja for like the I'm fine in the West shit. But the problem is, he was misquoted. What he said is, I'm fine on playing basketball against the West for half. So let me ask you, man, if Nike drops him, who should be the next face of Nike?
Who should be the next face of Nike?
Have their own signature shoe, be the face of the new generation, next face of Nike. It's supposed to be Ja right now. I imagine he already lost Powerade. He already lost a gang of local sponsors. I think he's going to lose Nike too, would be my bet.
I don't think he's going to lose Nike because they just dropped a crazy campaign on him. But if they do drop him, I think the next face, does Devin Booker have a shoe?
I don't know.
Maybe D-Book?
He is a shoe that turns into sandals when you get double teamed.
Maybe Devin Booker.
That'd be a good one. I wouldn't mind Devin Booker.
Besides that,
although he feels more like an Adidas or Puma guy, to be honest.
Yeah, probably. But besides that, I don't know, man. Because there's nobody really like
Anthony Edwards. That's the name.
Oh, you want Maybe
Anthony Edwards.
I think they'll probably go with somebody that's more mature off the court.
Oh, Jalen Brunson.
No. I mean, like,
Jalen Brunson's signature shoes have elevated pads on the sole that allow you to stop faster than your. The fucking the Ant-Man shoes are all about jumping higher and moving faster and floating through the air. The Jalen Brunsons are all about decelerating, maintaining your balance, fucking stopping before the other guy.
Yeah, that's true. Nah, the only thing I gotta say about Anthony Edwards is like, it's not that he's doing anything bad off the court, but he definitely needs to become more of an adult, I would say. Like, he's still, like, very kiddish, you know, still playing, like, fucking 7 hours of Call of Duty with Karl Anthony Towns and eating fucking candy and hot Cheetos and shit.
At least he's limiting his gunplay to online on player versus player servers.
Nah, that's completely true. That's fair. But, I don't know. Dev Book seems more like an adult. That's all I'm saying. But if you want to go for, like, the high flyer and, like, somebody that can excite me and score points and do all that, I think Ant's probably there. If Zion could ever get healthy. But I think he's already on Nike, though.
Well, there's a new guy who's coming in, probably the number 1 pick.
Big Wemby?
Big Wemby. That could be an interesting shoe as well. But the draft lottery is this week, Terry, and we're going to figure out who the number 1 pick is. Where would be your ideal landing spot for Victor Wembenyama?
Charlotte. Ideally? I mean, like, of all the teams that have the odds?
It's a lottery. Of all the teams in the lottery.
Yeah, it's like Houston. Fuck no. Let me take a look at it one more time. Because for me, it's...
We'll go ahead and cross Houston off now.
And who's the coach? Ime?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That might change it slightly, but they still need to, like, get rid of people and shit. So
I can't wait to say Udoka just fights Kevin Porter Jr.
I don't know. So who else in the lottery? Houston,
fucking
Charlotte, Orlando,
Spurs,
OKC. Spurs would be last on my list, honestly.
Detroit,
they'd be last.
Indiana.
Yeah, I don't care about Detroit. Not Indiana. Or Orlando. I feel like Orlando wouldn't even know what to do with him. Neither would Charlotte, to be fair, but like...
Oh, they know what to do with him. You're going to make it roll with LaMelo Ball 80 times a game. That's what the fuck you're going to do.
Well, yeah, no. Yeah, before I said that, I was like, Like, at least he'd be with an all-star. Like, that's like the only... I think of all the lottery teams, is he the only all-star? I don't have the list. I can take a look at the list, but Charlotte probably is the only one with an all-star. Besides, I mean, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander.
Can I throw out a wild card, Terry?
Go ahead.
Portland.
I personally would not want to see it, and it's only because the West Coast.
It's only because it means that he's certainly going to have a career-ending injury.
I mean, they have bad luck, but the only reason I say nah is because, like, it's the West Coast bias, bro. Like, LeBron's my favorite basketball player ever, but honest to God, I think I really only watched him play, like, most of the bubble, because all the games are way earlier. And I may have seen 60 games since he's been in LA. He's been there for, what, 4 seasons?
That's a lot.
I mean, but I used to, when he played for Cleveland, I watched almost every game. You know, games start at 7:30, 8 o'clock. I can't watch the games that start at 10:30 and 10 o'clock.
Hard to be on TV every night when you start 1-10 to the season.
Not this year. Their games are still, like, nationally televised. It doesn't matter what their record is. If LeBron and AD are on the team, they're going to play all the fucking games.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is the fucking...
They're going to watch, is the question.
Yeah. And to be fair, the NBA said they're trying to fix that. And they're trying to play some of the games at, like, 9:30. Which would be tough on the people that actually live over there. But you got to get the TV numbers.
Motherfuckers. Sorry.
Yeah, they want the TV numbers back. So, like, you know, if you can unfortunately miss the first quarter and your crowds aren't hyping the first, don't matter. You only need to watch the fourth quarter anyways, to be fair. Basketball is just one of those sports. You don't have to watch the whole game.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. In fact, I didn't watch the last of Game 6, Warriors-Lakers.
I mean, that game was over. That game was over.
I wish I hadn't watched the second half of Celtics 76ers.
Who would you want to see Wemby on?
I agree with you. Charlotte is the number 1 pick.
I mean, we're biased.
To revitalize this city and the franchise, like,
Yeah, we're super biased, but
If like you thought I was excited about Falar and Balogun, he ain't the only guy playing in France who can come to America and get the people going. Yeah, I'd like Charlotte number 1. No Spurs. No Rock.
hell no.
No Orlando.
You got Jazz.
I wouldn't mind him in Orlando, actually. I wouldn't mind him in Orlando, but I'm sick of them getting fucking elite big men in the draft. I'm fucking sick of this shit. Let somebody else get one.
OKC?
No, you guys got too many like assets and young players.
SGA and Wemby?
How are you gonna play Chet and Wemby?
Fuck Chet.
Number 2 pick last year.
Nah, you can play both of them. Why wouldn't you be able to play both of them? That'd be insane.
Because they're both over 7 feet tall and can't really move their feet like that on the perimeter. Like,
I mean, the Cavs didn't seem to have a problem with that. No, I'm just playing.
yeah, they already got enough talented young players in Oklahoma City. Like, I'd like to spread the wealth around some.
Wizards? Porzingis and Wemby?
No, you guys are just franchise who doesn't deserve anything nice. And
Charlotte doesn't deserve shit. We just live in North Carolina.
No,
Give an unbiased object. If Charlotte's not available, I'd probably say OKC.
If Charlotte's not available,
yeah, because we're both gonna pick Charlotte. We live in North Carolina. You live in Charlotte. I live in Raleigh. Like, that's tough.
Dallas.
Ooh, are they? They're in the lottery?
Yeah, remember they tanked and missed the play-in?
Oh, that's right. But if they don't, I think it's if they get like their pick is like top 5 protected or something like that. We get their pick at a certain wherever it hits or something like that.
Yep, they would have to get it in the top 5 to keep it. They'd have.
Dallas would be crazy if Kyrie stays too. Fuck it, keep Kyrie and Luka,
right?
And Wembenyama.
Goodbye, JaVale McGee and Christian Wood.
Well, you think Dwight Powell staying on the team? He sucks. I mean, I guess he'd have to stay, but Christian Wood is such a problem. He's good, man, but he's a problem. Dallas, yeah, I guess Dallas would be number 1.
Charlotte 1, Dallas 2, Portland 3. That's my list.
Yeah, because it's Rockets and the Spurs got 14% chance, and then the Hornets are at 12.5. The Trailblazers at 10.5 is kind of crazy. What about Chicago, bro?
I wouldn't hate it, but I don't like it. You know, the ideal place for Wembenyama, to me, is not next to Zach LaVine and DeMar DeRozan.
Yeah. Do you think Pop could do anything with Wemby? Or is he kind of too old?
He's retired. This motherfucker is gone.
I think this is what he's been waiting for. He get revitalized.
Yeah? You think so?
I mean, why else would you? You probably saw Wemby when he was like 12. He was like, oh, yeah, if I can only cook it, another 10 seasons, I get this kid, we're good to go.
I mean, he'd be a good fit. I'm sure, like, in their culture, of their history of international players, French players specifically, like...
Yeah.
But it just excites me. Like, I'm not excited about San Antonio.
It sounded like you slightly got excited about Portland.
I did. Just because the possibility of keeping... this is the only way they keep Damian Lillard in Portland, I think, is if they get number 2, Scoot or Wemby. If they don't get either one of those guys, I think Dame is gone.
Yeah, they put Dame in the LaMarcus Aldridge role. That'd be pretty cool. I don't know. They got to play their games at 9:30. I'm just like sick of these West Coast motherfuckers. Like
Detroit too. No to Detroit. You already got the number 1 pick. You got the number 1 pick in James Wiseman. You got the number 4 pick in Ivy. It's enough. It's like
Cunningham, Ivy.
This isn't the
Wiseman.
Sixers. Like that's the last one that I'll throw out is Orlando. Because
it's so many young guys, though.
It is. And
you don't want that to turn into Memphis real quick.
No, but it's like, you know what you can always do after you draft Wembenyama? You could trade some of those young guys for Damian Lillard.
Yeah, you could.
And then you could have a team that's like Dame, Paolo, fucking Wagner would probably have to be gone in the deal. You know what I mean? But
you want
I just want to see Bol and Wembenyama play together. All right? I'm just going to be completely honest.
I was about to say.
I just want to see Bol and Victor Wembenyama on the same team on the same court. That's the only reason.
I don't even... Bro, I love Dame, bro, but he's going to be 33, and he's a guard, and he gets hurt a lot. Huh?
They need a vet.
Ugh, nah. Fuck that. Just turn into Memphis. Who cares? Hey, Memphis is a couple days away from drafting every player from Duke. They're just like, we're sick of the problems. Except for Kyrie. He's the only one. He's been like the biggest problem from Duke.
No, in Memphis, they'll fuck around and take the next Grayson Allen.
They'll do an expansion draft and draft Kyle Singler. The fuck? They'll get Kyle Singler, Nolan Smith, bring the gang back. Bring the boys who won that 2012 chip for Coach K.
I'm saying whoever
Okafor.
Problems and didn't fit into Duke. Who's going to be a problem? I don't know who that is. Maybe the light-skinned guy they got who blocked 17 shots a game. I don't know.
Nah. Kyrie's the biggest problem. Grayson Allen was a piece of shit, but he stayed there for 4 years. Coach K clearly liked him a little bit. And JJ Redick was the biggest prick I've seen in a long time.
Well,
at Duke.
Clearly haven't been in the NBA locker room. JJ Redick probably is the smallest prick of all of them.
All right, you want to do the previews? Get out of here, or what? You got to?
Can you pod tomorrow? You got time tomorrow to do our previews, or on Thursday maybe?
I got the game tomorrow. I can't miss that much of work. Man City plays at 3.
Oh, true. Can you do Thursday maybe, or do we have to save it for Friday?
We can do Thursday. Wait, doesn't the game start? Game 1's tonight.
Yeah. Hey, yeah, I gotta go. This is the thing.
All right.
I got fucking work blowing up my phone. I gotta go into the office and handle some career stuff.
Gotcha.
But yeah, let's try to shoot for Thursday. That way I can have it out Friday. And we'll be coming to you with our Eastern Conference preview, our Western Conference preview, and why Lauren Balogun is going to change the rest of the world to stop calling it football and start calling it soccer.
Yeah, man. Hey, North Carolina, continue to stand up and keep Steph Curry's name out of your fucking mouth. LeBron's the GOAT.
Throw it up like Gary Payton. Thank you for listening to our podcast this evening. Thank you. You're far too kind.